Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
It's taken on the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that
run. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
This is Mostert. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Let's go.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go, defense. Anyway, let's go, defense.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Right here.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Haskins will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Torrey Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Carr. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best month.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready? 18 Gator. Mike, let's set it.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. This is caught by Williams. The 30. Past the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Good job.
Tyrell Williams, 79 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play. If we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about it on air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Now, you ready? You.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Mostert. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Haskins on third down. Finding Gabriel complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Pull it together. Watch, twist.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in the football.
Haskins now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Torrey Smith there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Carr. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 41, Carr gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. That's complete. It's Bell. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now high. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. All day. All day.
From the gun, Carr. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Kansas City.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, Zoo. Right there, 54 Mike.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 17, Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Carr to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Big stop.
Operating from the gun. Carr. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will get him 1 closer.
31. Chiefs 21.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mdawes0's leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
What we got? Let's go.
On second down, here's Haskins. He's going to walk one deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions, and then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
734. 57, Mike. Hey, Charlie.
To throw again. Carr. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Calais Campbell in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Carr. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 18. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now. Haskins on first down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Benson Mayowa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On play action, Haskins completes it to Benjamin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
To throw, it's Carr. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's airing it out for Williams. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
57. Mike, 57. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Now Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
6-18. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, box truck.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Right there. White.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
53. Check 53. Bandit.
On 1st down, It's Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now Mostert. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Carson. Space to run past the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
We own them. Check. Crouch.
They run it with Carson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for Pride. Under pressure, they got him again. Calais Campbell in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they give it back to a 3rd and 5. They'll go again with Bell. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Detroit, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.